Jenny, breaking the ice, breaking the ice, breaking the ice, Jenny.
Besides that recurring dream I have almost weekly about something that I forgot, I'd have to say the thing that I've forgotten, and it's probably a tie, it's happened multiple times, but is my belt. Forgetting my belt is the worst because I don't have a rear end to naturally hold my pants up. I need a synthetic strap to hold my pants up. And if I don't have that, I can't let my guard down. I have to keep it up at all times to make sure my pants stay where they need to stay.
Okay, sounds super lame, but one thing that if I forget it, my whole day's thrown off, but I really try not to let it get that way, and that is my water bottle. I drink about 3 or 4 of these a day, and if I don't have it with me, then I just don't get enough water. Oh no. Oh, it's really not that bad. I just use a glass.
Upset customers, you can get really good at handling them with practice. And I don't know if handle is the right term, working with them, helping solve their problem. It really, really starts with listening. You gotta listen. You gotta wait for space in the conversation to be able to interject and tell them what you're gonna do for them. But it starts with listening, being calm, not trying to rush them along. I heard Adam Toporek in his book, Be Your Customer's Hero, talk about sometimes you have to allow the customer to punch themselves out, meaning they have to wear themselves out a little bit to give you a little space to talk. So once you've gotten through that first stage, then it's all about, first you got to empathize with their situation, and then you need to establish ownership. You need to say, I'm going to take ownership of this. I wrote a blog post about this, about how the buck stops here, and I'm not going to relinquish ownership of this until I'm certain that we've solved your problem, both your emotional problem and your actual technical problem, and we've put you in a better spot, better situation than you were when you first arrived. So that, extreme ownership, take ownership, and more times than not, you're going to come out the other side with a happy customer.
Okay, so you got an angry customer on the phone, and you need to figure out how to turn the situation around. One thing that I typically do is just listen. I know it sounds silly and it doesn't really solve the problem, but I will really listen to them and I will acknowledge things that they say just so they know they're being heard. I mean, if they're screaming, depending on what they're screaming, I won't interrupt. Sometimes you just have to let the volcano erupt. But you can gain some valuable knowledge about what's going on. And then, as long as you keep your calm, that's really one of the key things. That's the only thing you can control is yourself. So listen, acknowledge, and then just keep calm. It won't solve the problem, but it will make it a little better when it comes time to provide a resolution.